Okay, friends, today we would be extending the concept of equilibrium, static equilibrium, to ladder problems. So, yesterday we have seen how we solve the problems related to beams using conditions of equilibrium. Today, specifically, we will deal with the problems related to ladder, okay, using conditions of equilibrium. So, here also, you are going to use the same two conditions of equilibrium. The first one is the net forces acting on the body should be zero. And the second one is regarding the moment of forces or the torque, where we say the net torque acting on the body should be zero. So here comes the first problem based on the concept of ladder, friends. So let's have a look at it. Okay. Yeah. So what it says, the problem says here in this case, a uniform ladder of length 10 meter. So you can check it out in the diagram also. The length of the ladder is 10 meter and the weight is say 100 kg. Obviously the weight would be acting, at the center over here and on this line of action. Okay, so it will be acting at the central point. So 10 meter means the central point lies at 5 meter, you can see. All right. Now what they say, 100 kg is kept with its lower end on a smooth horizontal floor. So you can see the lower end is on a smooth horizontal floor and the upper end of on the smooth vertical wall. Here you can see the upper end is on the smooth vertical wall. A horizontal string is tied to the bottom of the ladder and it keeps it in equilibrium. So you can see a horizontal string being tied to the, you can see a horizontal string tied which keeps it in equilibrium. So you are supposed to find out the tension along the string if a man weighing 60 kg goes up by 3 meter along the ladder which is inclined at 30 degrees with horizontal. So it means you can see, okay, so the weight of the man is 60 kg. Here you can see this is the line of action where the weight of the man will act. Why? Because the man has climbed 3 meter from the bottom, you can see. And obviously the angle of inclination is 30 degrees. All right. So the weight 100 kg weight, when I say kg weight, obviously when you convert it into Newton, you'll have to multiply it by 9.8. Okay, finally. W1 is the weight of that person. So that is 60 kg weight, you can see at a 3 meters distance if you observe over here. Let's proceed then. Theta angle of inclination for this ladder they say is 30 degrees. AB is say the length of the ladder which is equal to 10 meters. So you can see you have to calculate it in an inclined way. Okay, so 10 meters. So the central point will be at 5 meters, you can see. All right. The net horizontal force should be zero for the equilibrium of the ladder. If there is some horizontal force, what will happen? It means that the ladder will shift in that direction. But because we are assuming the equilibrium of the ladder, here the net horizontal force should be zero. Okay, that's an understood condition. Okay. Now, in the given circumstance, you can see under the given circumstance, AB, let's say AB is the tension. Okay, so here they're talking about the tension in the string. T stands for tension, and R is the reaction of the wall on the ladder. So obviously there will be some, reaction given by the wall on the ladder. That reaction is R, right, friends? So let's place it properly. We'll draw a free body diagram and then we'll work it out. Please make a note of this slide and hopefully you have understood what's there in the problem basically. Okay, we are supposed to find the tension in the string which is holding it in horizontal way. Hopefully you have understood the problem. Please put it in the feedback section so that once I understand that you have understood the problem, we move ahead towards the solution. Yeah, so most of them say they have understood the problem. So please make a note of this slide. Yeah, so good. If you have understood the problem, I will discuss the mechanism how to deal with it. Obviously, the answer is clear. We would be using conditions of equilibrium. for solving such kind of problems, friends. Okay, hopefully I've noted this down. So let's proceed further then. Hopefully this picture of the ladder is clear in your mind, okay, while solving the problem. Let's move ahead. Here comes the directions you can see. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, once again, R stands for the reaction offered by the wall at the top face. Okay, T is the tension in the string which is holding it vertically at the bottom. W1 is the weight of the person, and W stands for the weight of the ladder which will be acting at the center. This angle is 30 degrees. This angle will be 90. Obviously, this angle has to be 60. It's a right angle triangle. That's what I mean to say. Again, please make a note of it. And once the free body diagram is being noted down, we will move ahead towards the solution. So once you note it down, just put it in the chat section whether you have done it so that we move ahead there onwards. I believe the diagram is pretty clear to everybody. Okay, so most of you say done. Then let's proceed further. Okay, let's proceed towards the solution, friends. Okay. Taking the moments about A. Now you need to know what point A is. So obviously we would be needing distances. W1 will rotate A in an anti-clockwise sense. W will rotate it in again anti-clockwise sense. So positive moments. This is 3 meter. This is 5 meter. We know the angle. We can get the corresponding distances AD and AE with trigonometry. You all know that, right? Accordingly, we'll proceed forward. Okay. When we take the moment of R about A, the distance FB has to be noted. Okay. So if hypotenuse is 10, we know the other distances. We can always find out the distance FB also over here. So if I take the moments about A, let's take the moments. You can see W1 into AD plus W into AE. Obviously, they are positive because they are creating anti-clockwise rotation at point A. Therefore, positive moments. Minus R into VF. Okay, so in this case, it was creating clockwise rotation. Therefore, minus. So you can see. So from this, AD can be estimated as 3 cos theta. W1 is 60. We all know that. The distance was 3. Inclined distance was 3. So 3 cos theta is the perpendicular distance plus W is 100. We all know AE is 5 cos theta. Again, with the help of trigonometry, we get that perpendicular distance equal to R into BF. So BF stands for 10 sine theta, friends. Okay. Again, using trigonometry, you can work out this distance. So here only unknown is R. So when you solve it, you can see once you put the value of theta, you can just work out theta in these terms. Okay, 6.8 cos theta would be R sine theta. So in a way, you can see R will be 6.8 cot theta. We know the value of theta, right? So cot 30. So here in this case, cot 30 is root 3. So we get the reaction offered by the wall on the ladder as 6.8 root 3 Newton or whatever, kg weight in that case. We have not multiplied it by 9.8. Therefore, now when we talk about tension in the string, so obviously tension should be equal to R because whatever is the reaction offered by the wall, let's get back to the diagram, original diagram, friends. You can see, so whatever is the reaction offered by wall, it is countered by the tension in the string. So if the tension is balancing R, then only this ladder is stable. So once we know R, we should estimate because the ladder is stable, then the tension in the string should come out to be equal to R. And we have estimated R, okay? So the value for R comes out to be 6.8 root 3. So same would be the value for the tension in the string. So we can say the tension in the string or the horizontal equilibrium of the ladder would be 6.8 root 3 kg weight. You multiply it by 9.8, you can get the tension in Newton as 115.4 Newton, friends. So this is how, using the conditions of equilibrium, you can work out the tension in the string. Please make a note of it and put it in the chat section if you have understood this procedure. I want the feedback from everybody because these are crucial problems. Time and again, you would come across such kind of questions in examination, friends. So mostly these are the favorite questions asked in examination. Hopefully things are pretty clear till here. So here one should be aware of trigonometry. Okay, so we should be in a position to apply the concept of trigonometry. We should be in a position to know the concepts of equilibrium, and together we use them to solve such critical problems on ladder. So hopefully things are pretty clear till here. Most of them, they have chatted that okay, they are okay with it. The concepts are clear. Okay, fine. So let's talk about another type of problem on the concept of ladder, friends. Okay. So again, we would be using the same conditions of equilibrium. Okay. Yeah, just a minute, friends. Yeah, we would be using the same conditions of equilibrium for another type of ladder problem. So here you can see there is a person who's climbing on the ladder. If you observe this diagram, okay, the weight of the person will be acting vertically downwards. This point, this is the line of action of the force. The M into GP, P stands for person. Okay, M into GL. Okay, that's the weight of the ladder exactly acting in the center. The reaction given by the floor, Fn, you can see. The reaction given by the wall as per Newton's third law is Fw. This entire distance is 5.5 meter. X1 is directly given to you in the previous problem. We estimated this with the help of theta and the trigonometry. Here the distances are directly given to you, okay? 1.1 meter and 1.6 meter. So you will be taking moments about this point. So obviously they are expecting, okay, mass of ladder, they say M for ladder is 17 kg weight. The mass of the person is 75 kg, you can see. Now what they are expecting, the force of friction between the ground and the ladder. So obviously there will be a force of friction. If the ladder tries to move in this direction, it will be opposed by force of friction. Force of friction is acting in this direction. The red arrow at the bottom gives you F suffix F. That means force of friction. We are supposed to estimate this force of friction. Now if the ladder is in equilibrium, friends, just try and understand. The force of friction can be indirectly found as Fw. It should be equal to Fw, just like the tension in the string in the previous problem. Again, we would be using the same concept. Summation of forces along x-axis should be 0. Summation of forces along y-axis should be 0. Torques at any point, let's say this particular point, because we know the distances from this point, should be 0. Anti-clockwise torques are positive, clockwise torques are negative. Forces acting along positive y-axis should be considered positive. The forces acting along negative y-axis should be considered negative. Similarly, the forces acting along positive x-axis should be considered positive, and the forces acting along negative x-axis should be considered negative. Hopefully, you have understood this procedure, friends, and the problem is clear to you. Just put it in the chat section so that we move ahead towards the steps. So I will give you 5 minutes for you to solve this problem in the similar context, okay? So that we can discuss the solution for this problem, friends. So your time starts now for solving the problems, friends. Okay, friends. So hopefully you have tried your level best. Now, please verify your answers, okay? And just verify your answers here onwards. Okay, let's see whether these things match up with your answers, okay? Just concentrate now. Yeah, the first thing, Fx equal to 0. Okay, so we are using the first condition. Force along x-axis should be 0, the net force. Fw taken positive, Ff along negative x-axis taken negative. Fw minus Ff equal to 0. Okay, for equilibrium. So that means Fw should be equal to Ff. So force exerted by a wall should be nullified by force exerted by friction. So in a way, if we estimate Fw, indirectly we will get the force of friction. That's what we are supposed to estimate as per the question. Summation of forces along y-axis should be 0. So Fn, you can see the normal reaction offered by the wall at the bottom, floor on the bottom of the ladder. It is along positive y-axis, therefore plus Fn. Minus Gp minus Gl. Why minus? Because they both are acting along negative y-axis, you can see. And together it should be 0. So ultimately this is the second equation being framed with summation Fy equal to 0. Moments, summation of all torque should be 0. So you can see torque because of P person. Why positive? Because it is producing anti-clockwise moment over here. Ladder should be positive. Minus TW. Now torque because of this, you can see this will be producing clockwise motion, rotation over here. So minus TW equal to 0. So these equations are very crucial. Now using these equations, we will solve the problem. Let's proceed. Yeah. So here you can see, let's put it in form of torque now. Okay. Just have a look at this because I'll just explain you the things. Just have a look at the step. Okay, so here we have taken the moments tau p. Okay, so tau p mgp multiplied by xp. The xp is 1.6. Mass is known to you about for the person. mp is 9 into g is 9.8. Similarly, tau ladder, tau l will be x ladder, that is 1.1 meter, multiplied by this force, that is mgl, minus now y. Okay, y in the sense this distance, the entire distance from point A, vertical distance 5.5, multiplied by Fw should be equal to 0. When we solve this equation, when we put the values in this equation, you can see, okay, so only unknown in this is Fw. Other things are known to us. So subsequently, we substitute all these values divided by y. Y is 5.5, you can see. When you solve this, you get Fw as 247 Newton. Now, once you get Fw as 247 Newton, obviously Fw should be equal to force of friction. Force of friction is 247 Newton. Just please make a note of this. And those who have given me this answer, 247 Newton, that's the correct answer in this situation. Please make a note of this, friends. And once you are done with it, give me a feedback whether you have understood the solution, whether you have verified your answers, so that I proceed towards a more complicated version quickly for the day. Hopefully, I've noted this down, friends. Anybody has any issues regarding the solution, please let me know. We can have a quick discussion on this before we proceed towards the next variety of problem or level of problem, you can say. Rushikesh says, understood. I expect Reva, the answer is 247 and Pranjali has given that answer correctly. Okay, so she has solved it 247 Newton correctly. Reva, check out the corrections. Okay, it's in Newtons. Okay, fine. So others also please put it in the feedback section if you have understood this so that we move ahead. Swarali says understood. Okay. Okay. Sakshi says yes. Okay, fine. Good. So mark it as an important question, okay, in your notes. Very, very crucial question, friends. Now let's proceed forward towards the next variety. Okay. on this same concept. Okay. Here you can see there is a truss. You can consider this as a ladder type thing being held by a tension in the string. So here you can see there is some force, inclined force, which is resolved into two components. Okay, FH resolved along x-axis, FHX along y-axis, FHY force, tensional force in the string. The angle is 35 degrees. You can resolve this Ft also into two components, one along y, Fty, and one along x, that is Ftx. There is some weight which is attached over here, which acts vertically downwards as Mgs. It's a steel beam basically. So the weight of the beam will be acting vertically downwards. So Mgb, B stands for beam. The length of the beam they say is 2.1 meter. The mass of the beam is 25 kg, and the sign mass, okay, the sign mass which is being applied. It's a sign board application, okay, sign board type of thing. Sign mass is 18 kg. All right. So here you can see torque because of the sign will be 18, okay, into 9.8 into 2.0, okay, at this point. All right, so here you can see because of this mgs, this will create a moment at this point. So that is tau s, that will be 18 into 9.8 into 2.1, okay, this distance is, so it comes out to be 370 newton meter. Torque because of beam, so the mass of the beam is 25 kg, but it is acting at the center. So at the center, you can see half of the distance will be active. So 2.1 divided by 2 comes out to be 1.05. So the torque will be the force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So force is 25 into 9.8 into the perpendicular distance. We get this. All right, friends. Now torque because of Fty. So you can see Fty also will create some torque at this point. So Fty will into 2.1 knot. Okay, so that's the distance. Fty. We have worked out the torque due to Fty. Similarly, Ftx will be equal to, okay, Ftx then can be Ft cos 35. You can see Ft cos 35. Similarly, Fty, if we talk about the resolution, it will be Ft sin 35. All right. And mgs, we all know it is 18 into 9.8, and mgb is 25 into 9.8. So we have calculated all the forces, all the moments over here. We will apply the conditions of equilibrium. Summation of torque about a point, this point you can say will be 0. So how we put it about this point? Torque because of Fty is going to create anti-clockwise moment. You can see Fty will produce anti-clockwise rotation to this point, therefore positive. Minus F, torque due to S, that is a sine board. So you can see this force will make this point rotate in clockwise sense, therefore minus. So minus tau S. Minus tau B, okay, this force, okay, mgb will also make this rotate clockwise. So minus tb equal to 0. First equation. Similarly, summation of all the forces along x-axis should be 0. So what are the forces along x-axis? This force you can see Fhx along positive x-axis, so plus, minus Ftx along negative x-axis, therefore minus, equal to 0. Third equation, summation of all the forces along y-axis should be 0. So let's see what are the forces along y-axis. So Fhy along positive y-axis, so taken positive. Fty along positive y-axis, taken positive. Minus mgb negative y-axis, taken negative. Mgs negative y-axis, taken negative, and we get this equation. So now we know all these values. We have these equations. We'll put these values in the equations to get the unknowns. So when you put the values, friends, you get this, okay? Here from this, just put the values, you get the force Fty as 299 Newton, friends. Okay, so one unknown you get it over here. All right. Similarly, once you get FTY, please make a note of this, then I will tell you how to get FTX. All right. Once you get FTY from the first equation, the only unknown is FTY. So what is FTY? FT resolved along y-axis. So you get this force. Okay, that's 299 Newton. Please make a note of it and then let me know in the feedback section so that we move ahead towards the next part of the analysis. Hopefully you have understood this critical analysis. I believe the things are pretty clear because they all go according to our understanding, friends. Okay. So, yeah, so most of you say done. So the first step was to find out FTY. Now, once you get FTY, friends, you can see you put it FTY over here. MGB, MGS is known. 1, 2, 3 known, unknown. FHY can be worked out. Find out FHY from this. Okay, so let's move ahead. Yeah. So before that, FHX equal to FTX. Okay. So from this, once FTY is known, you can see tan 35, you can put it as tan 35 over here, opposite side upon adjacent side. So FTY upon this FTY over here, force diagram if you draw, and the adjacent side is FTX, you can see. So from this you can work out FTX. So whatever is FTX will be FHX in that case, because FHX is equal to FTX as per this equation. So based on that, we solve FTX and we get the value for FTX as 427 Newton. So indirectly, once we get FTX, we can find out FHX. So this is how you work out FTX and FHX. Please make a note of it and let me know once you have understood it. Yeah, so most of you say done. So this can be the maximum level of question which is being asked so far as the conditions of equilibrium are concerned. So please make a note of it. So here you can see this is how we have worked out FHX and FTX as 427 Newton.